Oh, so fabulous.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel once again. It's your girl Dumebi. If this is your first time coming across my channel, you're welcome. Please subscribe, and if you are a returning subscriber, you guys know that I love you. It's so good to have you back. Welcome back. So my usual disclaimer, this video is strictly for educational purposes. Please do not go searching out anybody that I talk about in this video. Don't send them any form of hate comment, threats, or violence. This channel does not support any of that. So I came across this video that was made by a palm-colored woman, and it was like earlier in the year. Let me just go right ahead and play her video.
It's the fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar is genuinely sad, and is a reflection of how our white supremacist society feels about black men. Like, genuinely, I could come on here and say that I love black women and no one would bat an eye. But the fact that all of a sudden black men are involved, somehow there isn't a genuine reason to love black men. So many Americans' minds are still so colonized and still so indoctrinated by racial pseudoscience from hundreds of years ago is astounding. There is so much work that needs to be done. Like, people cannot fathom the fact that I could love a black man for something aside from his body. Can't fathom the fact that I genuinely enjoy being around black men. A lot of the times when I'm with white men, I feel unseen. I feel more objectified because I feel like white men don't understand me as a person as much as a black man would, because at least black men understand what it's like to be like sexualized and objectified. So there's some level of understanding, although it's completely different. There's still, I feel like, greater empathy that I experience between myself and a black man than with me and a white man. Just based off my personal dating history, the black men that I have dated have been the most genuine, kind people. Like, there are reasons that I could prefer to date people that aren't just based off their bodies, and the fact that folks can't process that is like, y'all really don't view black men as anything else than a body. Also, these people say that I'm stealing black men away, like they don't have autonomy in their decisions. And it's so sad to me, because there have been white women have come to me and said, I was thinking about dating black men, but I'm scared of what the white community will think, or I'm scared of being judged by white people. And it's like, that is so sad. Like, black men are already the most terrorized, villainized people in our country. And the fact that they aren't allowed to have genuine love towards them, or it's not even understood that they could possibly be lovable people, is insane. So yeah, this is why I'm so passionate about it, because like, literally, like, white people refuse to talk about these things, and it's like, if we continue to just be silent on things because we're afraid we're gonna be a bad person for slipping up somehow, like, nothing's gonna change.
I don't know, but she's sounding like, see, the tone, like, black men are already villainized, they're already oppressed, they're sexualized. So why can't society just allow them get love wherever they can find it? Like, I don't know. Is it supposed to be a pity party? Like, oh, because we feel sorry for black men because they're so villainized, let's allow white women who feel they are capable of loving them well, love them. That was what it sounded like to me. And then that part where she said she feels objectified and sexualized by white men, so that is why she feels more comfortable with black men, because they understand what it is to be objectified and sexualized. So, like, is that trauma bonding? Like, what is that? So because of that, now you want to get together with black men so you guys can throw a pity party. The black men tell you they were traumatized by being objectified. Like, I don't even understand. The whole take is just, let me play some stitches, then we'll come back and talk.
So the fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
You see, guys, White girls can be passport bros too. Yay! Aria here says that she loves black men because when she's around white men, she feels unseen. White boys are mean to her, and black guys are nice because they've been sexually objectified and treated bad like her. She can relate. She says that if she came on here and said that she loves black women, no one would bat an eye. She says people don't realize that there can be a genuine reason to love black men. And all the reasons she gave involves them treating her nice and being oppressed by her own people. Sorry, white boys, you haven't been oppressed enough for her. Dating people just to please you and treat you nice isn't objectifying them, no. Sounds like a passport bro to me. She wants to say whatever she wants to say about black men and not be criticized. What a privilege. Please stay out of relationships with people that have to put down their own kind. It's self-hate.
Exactly. Exactly. She was putting down white men and uplifting black men and making it sound like black men were victimized and she wants to save them with her love. That was the vibe I was getting.
So the fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
I will never understand a white woman being pressed about letting the world know she only dates black men or she only loves black men. Never understand it.
Exactly.
I can't comprehend it. Don't care to, but I just don't understand why they be so pressed about letting the world know they date black men. Just won't get it. Like, are y'all trying to seek validation? Or what? I don't know. I just don't get it, man.
So the fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
Okay. Sweetheart, this is the thing. You can like who you want to like, right? But like sometimes it's just so cliche. And that is what is outside the norm. That has nothing to do, in my opinion, with just white supremacy and how people see black men, but because it's repetitious to even black men constantly saying that they're dating outside their race or, you know, passport bros, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It just gives this negative connotation to a lot of the problem that is the problem within entire indoctrination all over the world. Okay. That's one thing. But two is that why is it ever necessary to declare that though? Right. So like if you have a group of men and you're not sitting with your girlfriends and having like a casual conversation, like why is it necessary to declare the type of men that you like? So for example, if I'm having a conversation with my girlfriends and we're out having drinks and we're just casually talking about the type of men that we like to date, then in that moment, in that setting, yes, it makes sense to say, you know what? I like him tall. I like him dark. I like him handsome. Like I'll date a Matthew McConaughey type of dude, but I prefer to date this type of guy. You know, it's okay, but it's casual conversation. But it almost seems to be like a thing that you guys say to kind of lure the black men in. But a lot of times what you're not realizing, the type of black men that you're luring in, however, are not the ones that are qualified. They're not bona fide type of men. They're not the type of men that's going to gravitate towards you and come in with respect, their own income, responsibility, understanding the dynamics of women and men. No, they're gravitating towards you because now you're coming off as a weak woman. So when a white person responds to it, they might say it in a different way. But at the end of the day, we all see things differently, just for different reasons in different ways. Okay, so I think that's the reason why you're probably more than likely getting backlash. I didn't go look at the video because I didn't care to look at it. I just was listening to your statement when you said that, like, when I come up in here and I talk about me liking black men and things like that, you don't have to tell us all that, though. That's the problem. Like, baby, if that's your preference, that's your preference. I guess what my only question is that why do you, when I always hear women say, and I guess I'm a little bit older, so I understand that when you say that you like a group of men, it's putting yourself in a box and is not leaving you enough room to really find true love when you put yourself in a box. So I used to be the girl to say I would never date outside my race, but that would again be limiting you on finding true.
So the fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
Now, this is only my opinion. Nobody has to agree with me. Just keep things respectful, as I'm going to do as I'm replying to this young lady right here. Now, watch a few of your videos that you put out on this situation, and I want to touch bases on a couple things. In one part of your video, you said this.
People cannot fathom the fact that I could love a black man for something aside from his body.
I don't think that people are saying that you can't love a black man for something other than his body, but what you're saying is that you're only going to choose to love a man that has a specific type of body. When you say I only date black men, what you're saying is if you don't have that black body, I'm not going to date you or even look your way.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's the body of a black man that you ultimately love and want to date. Just like there's good black men in the world that treat women good, there's good white men that treat women good. Asian men that treat women good, Somalian men that treat women good, and so forth and so forth. But what you're saying is everybody else is automatically counted out because they don't have that body. You also explained about your negative experiences that you've had with white men. But then you took those negative experiences and then you categorized all white men with them, and you automatically said, okay, I feel like this is going to be all white men, so I'm canceling all of them out. Just like when somebody says I only date white men, they're automatically taking negative experiences that they've had with black men or somebody else, or somebody else's negative experiences that they've had, and they categorize all men of that color together and say, okay, I'm just canceling all of them out as a whole. And that's not fair to the men of that skin color that you're automatically canceling out. It's okay to date who you like to date, but what's not right is putting somebody else down while you're putting somebody else up. You literally did a video where you're putting white men down and lifting black men up. I would be pissed off too if I was a white man. Just like when people do a video putting white men up and black men down, it pisses me off. People don't have to put somebody else down to lift somebody else up. And it's okay to have your preference. That's why we say to love everybody regardless of their sexual preference. But what's wrong is not having empathy for other people. When you come out and acknowledge to the world in public, saying I only date black men, you have to understand that's going to hurt people and make people feel some type of way. Not necessarily because they don't want you to date somebody else, but they're hurt because they're basically counseled out without you even knowing them. You're saying no matter how great of a person they are, no matter how well they treat women, they will never have a shot at you because of their skin color. This is no disrespect or hate towards you at all, my sister, but I do want to touch other parts of this video and another video you did on your channel, but I do love you and I'll do a part 2 later.
I love the way this brother spoke, and he's so smart.
Uproar.
You want to know why there's such an uproar? Because we see through your crap. We know that people like you only say that, oh, I love black men, I want a black boyfriend, because you only see us as your little BBC fetish. And half of the time, well, not even half of the time, 9 times out of 10, y'all be racist, y'all be abusive, y'all be weird, and you know, y'all are just not good people, you know, and you hide it behind this pseudo activism when the whole time you're just fetishizing us. So that's just not cool. We see through that, and I wish more black men saw through that, because we would have less of you.
An entire uproar.
I've spoken about this many, many times, but you can see it in your own comment section, and even in the comment that you yourself made a secondary video to in your comment section. The problem is not with dating or marrying or being with someone that is with a man that is black, or saying that you like black men, or any of those things. The problem is that oftentimes the same energy comes from black men and white women when it comes to them dating, which is to attack black women as if we are your enemies somehow. Like, we have white women who will come at us and with a "we got your man" kind of energy. And then when we come back and say, "you got men we don't want," then we're being haters. Steadily perpetuating that angry black woman stereotype. We have black men who sit around and commiserate with each other, like, black women are the problem. Black women, the reason I like white women is because I can't deal with black women. And it's like, why are we your motivation to be with anyone? Like, why can't you just be together for each other? And so I'm not saying anything about you because I don't know you as a person, but the problem that we have is that it tends to, we tend to have a lot of that energy coming from both white women and black men. And a lot of times there is colorism. A lot of times there's straight racism in black men, white women relationships. If you don't believe me, go take some time and do a deep dive on this app. You don't even have to leave this platform, about children born to white women with black fathers, and how many of them have distorted views of their blackness, and how many of them who have started to deconstruct their white supremacy and racism have negative memories of their childhood and their upbringing, because they were made to feel like either they were somehow better than other black people, or that their blackness was not a positive part of them. So if we could get white women and black men to disassociate themselves and deconstruct their need to be a part of the patriarchy, I think we would have less problems overall in this. Because honestly, no, black women don't. Black women have been constantly told that we care that black men date white women, but I never see a black woman who actually feels this way.
Without there being an entire uproar.
Leave us alone, mind your business, and organize your people if you care that much.
That I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
Hey you, that's totally awesome that you like cream in your coffee. Well, I like coffee in my cream. Wait, did I say that right? I think it's the opposite way. No, but you know what I really like about you? You know what's totally cool about you? You like, even though you like black guys, which is awesome, totally awesome, you know, but you don't try to look or act black. Now that's what I really like. Yeah. That's what's totally cool. We might need to talk.
What was that? You probably slid into a DM after that video.
Out there being an entire uproar.
I sat there and I watched her video. I didn't watch the whole thing, so I really don't know what else she said, but then there was this energy to her. It's this thing that I noticed that a lot of white women carry about them. Black men are not puppies on the street in need of saving. Okay, your savior complex is not needed. And honestly, that's part of the problem. It absolutely is. Save your tears. I'm not gonna say save your love, because love is love. It's a beautiful thing. But just make sure that you're coming from a good place and not a WHYTEE place, okay? That's how half of the world was colonized. Black men don't need your saving. That's it.
Roar is genuinely sad.
Brothers, it is Black History Month. Stop allowing yourselves to be pandered to. This woman does not love you. She is a parasite on the dying carcass that is your heart. Most of y'all need love, I can see from the comments. But her argument is that black men exhibit behaviors that are kind, that are caring. This is racism. Assigning behaviors and traits to a particular race is racist. It's like saying Asians are good at math. I know you need love, but stop getting it from random internet people who just want your views. They need to pander to you. And on a real note, I do not like the weak shit. The pathetic groveling some of y'all do for white woman validation. It is pathetic, man. Get the hell up.
Okay, so hearing all those stitches, yeah, I think they've all said whatever I would have liked to say. I just, like, you like black men, that's fine. But first of all, why do you all have to come and make videos to announce that you like black men? And okay, even if you already know that the white supremacist society is going to frown at you coming out to say you only want to date black men, so why are you coming out to say it? You already expect the backlash, but you still want to come and say it and then end up still complaining about the backlash. And mind you, it's not just white women who say they like black men that get backlash. When black women state that they only want to date white men, they get backlash as well. So it's not a one-sided thing. Let's not play victim here, okay? And she actually mentioned how some people be like, oh, you're taking our men from us. She didn't mention black women said it. She said some people said it, but of course we know she was referring to black women, right? And it just made me side-eye her like, I hardly see when black women come out and say you're taking our men from us. The only time black women react to interracial relationships negatively is when the couple in question make it a point to now bash black women, or when the woman start acting white and, you know, cultural appropriating, trying to be black simply because she's with a black man, she feels like that automatically makes her have a ticket to be black, you know, cultural appropriation, using the N-word and stuff like that. Basically, they start to pick on black women. That is the only time I've seen black women react negatively to interracial relationships between a black man and a white woman. But then there's something about this lady that makes her different from all the other white women that I've made videos about, that I've seen, who are in interracial relationships with black men. The first thing that I notice is she actually is not trying to act black, which that other man pointed out. You know, she doesn't have braids. She's not trying to speak in AAVE. She's not trying to have the mannerisms of a black woman and all of that. So I think that's a breath of fresh air. Then scrolling through her page, I actually saw a post that she made and dedicated to black women. So let's watch it together.
I feel the need to make a black woman appreciation post because I feel like there's a lot of black men in my comments putting down black women, which is, in the most slanderous of white terms, bonkers. So growing up and even today, I really seek out friendships and relationships with black women and other people of color because in my experience, they tend to be more honest and emotionally mature than us white women. This is especially true for me as an autistic person because it's really important for me to have someone that is a very honest and direct communicator, because I really don't talk in passive aggressiveness, which is very common in white communities, especially where I live in Minnesota. Contrary to negative stereotypes often perpetuated by black men, black women are very feminine. Even the most mask presenting black lesbian is feminine. And feminine is beautiful, feminine is divine, feminine is soft, and feminine is strong. Black men will critique their own women and say that they're masculine and that they prefer white women or Asian women because white women or Asian women are less aggressive. If you say that to me, you're really telling on yourself because you're telling me that you don't want a woman to stand up to you and stand up to your BS behavior. I'm white and I will very much call you out on your BS. So don't ever think that dating a white person necessarily means that we're just gonna put up with your stuff. A couple videos back, I made a video about someone who had commented, a black man who had commented on my page that he only dates white women or blonde women with blue eyes because they are more superior. You literally sound like a Nazi. And the funny thing was, this man tried to slide into my DMs on Instagram and apologize to me? Like, you should apologize to black women. You should apologize to your mother. Don't get it messed up. I will always side with black women because ultimately they know more than y'all.
Well, listening to that video, yeah, she said some things that were cool to hear as a black woman. Well, I don't know how I feel about her generally. I don't know her personally, but to me it came off as, okay, I've heard what black women said about how maybe when black men and we white women get together, we bash them. So I have to make a video to let them know that I don't see them as the enemy. I have to defend them to these black men that bash them. I have to let these black women know that I'm not one of those white women that will get with a black man and start to bash them. That was it. Almost like it's performative. I don't know her personally. I'm just saying. But it's good that she made that video because it's not okay. And I think that's also one of the windows or doors that you open when, as a palm colored woman, you come and make a video talking about how you only want to date black men. A lot of those men are going to think that maybe you're anti-black women and they feel it's okay to come and bash women in your comment section. That is one of the reasons why you don't need to come and announce it online, because I mean, what really is the point? But it's good that she put the black man in check that was saying that thing about the whole blue eyes, blonde haired women being superior. Like, that's so stupid. God, if I was his mom, I'll be so embarrassed and disappointed. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think about this whole video. What do you think about what she had to say? And yeah, let's just have a conversation in the comment section. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.